Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay. I just wanted to come in and talk to you today about something that I've been seeing quite a bit of chatter about on social media, and that is Métis government. What makes Métis government? Now, regardless of what people want to tell you on social media, the Métis National Council, the Métis Federation of Manitoba, and here in Alberta, the Métis Nation of Alberta, by definition, they're corporations and societies and operate as oligarchies. Now, I'll let you look that up, but that's not real government. Now, to prove my point, here in Alberta, the Métis Nation of Alberta recently held a meeting for its Judiciary Council. It booked a 350-person seating capacity hotel room, of which 0.006% of its voting population turned out. So that's of its membership. Significantly less than 1% bothered to turn out to vote. That should be a horribly embarrassing moment for any organization that would like to consider itself a form of government. When you have that kind of engagement from your membership, from what you'd call your citizenship, from the people you represent as nation-to-nation relations, having that kind of support is abysmal. Especially when these organizations are receiving millions of dollars in funding. They are going around signing memorandums of understanding. Across the board, we have the federal government that has been in every jurisdiction, with every organization across the board signing these paperwork, I guess, to have more discussions down the road. And so these organizations are talking about how their government, how they have citizens, and yet when it comes time to actually hold meetings and to do real representative things, look at their engagement. It's abysmal. Yeah, it's another failure. And so to turn around and say that this is something you need to get involved in, that needs your support, that needs your engagement by voting in new leaders, that you're going to change the bylaws and somehow forge a new way forward, I think with these old horses is a real misnomer. I mean, here in Alberta, the Métis Nation of Alberta has been around for 80 years. So this isn't a new organization. This isn't a new venture. These people aren't trying to just get their legs under them. They're not trying to have a new discussion. This is an 80-year-old process in Alberta. And likewise, it's also one of the largest organizations with the most significant amount of membership. And yet, look at what's going on. This is not good. And so I think it's time we had an honest discussion about what it means to be Métis, what effective representation would look like, what it means to have that representation, what does it mean to be engaged. If we're going to talk about Métis politics and nation-to-nation relations, then surely this has to be something more than a less than 1% turnout at a meeting, of which they had colonial lawyers draft positions to be voted on and essentially were then voted down at that meeting. So I don't see this as a good sign, as it were, and yet this is the organization that has signed memorandums of understanding with the provincial government on behalf of the membership here in Alberta, which last time I checked, I think it was about 33,000 members that the MNA had in Alberta, making it one of the largest organizations in Canada, and yet they can't even fill a 350 person room, and yet it had 0.006% of voter turnout. That's not good. If that's a form of government and people are going to get on social media and try to convince other people and berate them that this is real government, then I want no part of that, because that's a joke. That's oligarchy. It's not even functioning correctly. It's not accountable to the people. And clearly the people that are engaged and getting involved are voting down the policies that these organizations with their lawyers have drafted. So I think that in and of itself is terrible. And I think it's high time we took a real look at what is happening in these organizations and what they're going to do about it. And I think that it's time that we got people involved and engaged in doing something that's different. But that's just my two shakes, my take on what's going on in the world of Métis politics. I think we got Facebook organizations and pages that are being absolutely overrun by people who don't have any stake in the game, who want to berate and try to challenge the notion of what is Métis identity when they don't really are part of the solution. And part of the solution, I think, is an honest conversation about what these organizations are, what they stand for, and what they are and are not doing for Métis people on the ground, really, in communities. So there's my 2 cents. Hope to hear from you in the comment section, and by all means, hit the like button and look us up on Facebook. And until next time, keep it real.